how can we control anger before it controls us? Every emotion is a valid driver of experience. Let's say your back is hurting from sitting all day long at your desk. And if you get angry at yourself for not treating your body better, it's a valid emotion. It shows us that something needs to be done so you can change. Also, maybe you get angry at somebody who crossed your boundaries. So your anger is a signal to show that you need to work to build better boundaries with others. So our emotions show the way we respond to our needs. So that's why anger is a completely natural, usually healthy human emotion. But it gets destructive when it gets out of control, and it could lead to many problems. Problems at work, problems at home, problems with our children, with our spouses, with our friends, family, relatives, and etc. So how do people deal with anger? There are usually three ways. They express the anger, expressing, suppressing, or calming. And when people express anger, the natural, the instinctive way to express it is to respond to it aggressively. It is a natural reaction when we feel threatened. This allows us to fight or defend ourselves when we feel attacked. But this brings many consequences. So people become violent, they scream, they yell, relationships get destroyed, and this is not a good solution. So the second way is when we suppress it. Many people don't let the anger out, so they just hold it in and don't allow it an outward expression. So these people usually will treat you with silence. They will isolate themselves. They'll pretend that, oh, nothing happened. If you ask them, why don't you talk to me, he or she will say, no, everything is okay. Nothing is wrong. And then they will continue treating you with this silence. This is called passive aggressive. They become passive aggressive. What they do usually, they start getting back at people through different ways. For example, they become very critical, like they criticize everything. They will put you down. They'll become hostile. They'll become cynical. You're just gonna hear many, cynical, hostile remarks from them. If you know somebody like this, so I can tell you that for sure he or she has a lot of anger that is turned inward. So when anger is inside of us, we turn this usually against ourselves. And this leads to many problems, many health problems, including high blood pressure, hypertension, depression. So this is not a good solution either. Do not suppress your anger. Do not pretend that nothing happened. Don't say to others everything is okay when you are boiling inside. And this brings me to the third way of expressing anger, and the most healthiest way is when we express our anger in an assertive way without hurting other people. And this happens when we learn how to talk about our needs and how we can get them met by respecting others and respecting ourselves. When we do this, we're not pushy, we're not demanding, we're just very assertively communicating with others. What is it that I want to see? What is it that I need to be changed in order for me to continue in this relationship, for example? What are my expectations? And this is easily said than done. Why? Because many people are react and behave on autopilot. So they don't take the time to see what is going on, what is happening, how can I be assertive, how I can seek for win-win solution. They just start yelling, screaming, they explode. And what can we do to change this? So the first thing is just calm yourself. That's why you remember the third way we say what we mean in an assertive way when we are calm. So calm yourself down. This may mean that you need to take a break from the conversation. You need time out. You can tell the other person, so I just need a couple of minutes to think about this before I respond. Maybe if you feel you're very upset and frustrated, you go for a walk or take a couple of deep breaths. And then you start exploring. What is it that I want to see in this situation? What is it that triggers me? How I want to respond? And the most important thing here is to find out what are your expectations and to find out what are your underlying feelings. So let's start with expectations. Unfulfilled expectations lead to anger. Maybe your standards are different or higher than other people, and you expect other people to follow them, but it doesn't happen this way. These are your expectations. You have to understand. I have a lot of clients and met a lot of women who have expectations to get gifts, to have flowers every week, for their husbands or boyfriends to provide for them. And when I ask them, did you talk to your boyfriend or to your husband about this? Most of them say no. But this is normal. This is what has to happen. And I'm like, it's normal for you. It doesn't mean it's normal for the other person. So you have to understand that these are your expectations. And you have to understand that nobody also owns you anything. Of course, you have to communicate with other people what you want to see. Maybe come up to a compromise from both sides. What you give, what you want to receive for it, and so on and so on. But entitlement thinking and expectations about what you should receive bring this feeling of being in the hole, and then this causes people to perceive themselves as victims. When you get in this victimhood, it's really hard to get out. Then you see super negatively life, the world. Then everything that happens is unfair. Life is unfair. I deserve more. Why life treats me this way? Why people treat me this way? And this is the mentality of the victim. So the second thing you need to explore, like I said, first is your expectations about the situation. The second thing is the underlying anger producing beliefs and thoughts. Ask yourself, what is the feeling I'm feeling under the anger? Because anger is like this iceberg, on top is anger, but underneath are different feelings. It could be that you feel hurt. It could be that you feel fear. It could be that you have the sense of helplessness. Usually a goal or value is threatened and you feel like you're losing control of the situation, and this provokes the anger. So by understanding what is this underlying feeling, underlying belief, you understand what value, what goal has been threatened, and why you're triggered. I'm gonna give you an example. I had a client who came to me and said, I cannot control my anger. My boyfriend was late for our dinner reservation. I was so happy to go and meet with his friends, and I made this dinner reservation, and he was half an hour late, and I exploded. I couldn't control myself. I started yelling at him and screaming at him, and he just left, and this was a disaster. So when we worked to explore her underlying feeling, we found out that she felt she was not important. So she has this belief, if somebody is late, so it means I'm not important for this person. And this person mistreats me. So by exploring this underlying feeling, you're gonna first get to know yourself better, and you can then deal with these beliefs, because it doesn't mean that she was not important to him because he was late. It doesn't mean that you're not good enough if somebody say something mean to you. It is about them. She never even asked him why he was late. Later on, she found out he had good reasons. So, but we are so quick to judge. We are so quick to react, because, as I said in the beginning, we're on autopilot. So, if you want to decrease feeling angry at somebody else, also a good thing to do is to develop an empathetic understanding. What does it mean? It means that you put yourself in their shoes. You try to see the situations from their point of view. You encourage them to talk about their underlying assumptions, beliefs, point of view, and then it's a good thing if you can summarize what they told you, or summarize from their point of view and what they are feeling at this moment. So you're gonna see if you find empathy, understanding. This is like a major hurdle to get control of your anger. And these are the most important steps when we want to deal with anger. I'm gonna summarize for you quickly. So if you want to express your anger in the most healthiest way, you have to learn how to become assertive without being aggressive, without attacking others. Just say what you need to see change, what are your needs, how they can be met in a calmly assertive way. And to do this, sometimes you need time out. You need to walk away, you need to take a break and explore what are my expectations for this situation. Also, what are my underlying beliefs and thoughts? What produces this anger? What triggers me? And find out what are your real emotions here. And the last step is to develop this empathetic understanding. Try to see the situation from the other person's perspective. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. See what are their assumptions. What is their point of view? And then learn how to communicate. Always look for win-win solutions. Something that is beneficial for both of you in this situation. And this is from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this video with your friends and relatives. Take care, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.